Good afternoon and welcome back to another ironic introduction to another video. I'm here to just chill, hang out, probably talk about the rewards. I'm sure someone is interested in discussing April's rewards. We got some crazy things coming our way, and that's always a really good time. I've been lied to. I was informed that I was clear. The blasphemy. Well, I guess we can move my one energy then. Hey, Vio, welcome. Asar, good to hear from you, mate. Haven't heard from you in a hot second. How are you doing? Hopefully good. Yeah, I accidentally got that one killed. King Hamlet, how's it going? Harry, whoo! Squad is joining in fast. Not to assume y'all are squad, but you've earned that right of the regular return. Hey, Jay, what do you think about the Nexus Awakening gem, bought in blood? I can show you. Yeah, there it is. Right there in my inventory, unbought. No, I'm just teasing. I think that if Kabam really wanted to sell an Awakening gem, they should have just made it generic for $70. Like, I don't know. I just would have made it generic. But I think if anyone out there has 4 out of the 6 classes that they would want an Awakening gem for, it's an awesome buy, guaranteed value, right? But other than that, you know, it's really risky. Harry's stream isn't loading, feels bad, man. I don't know why. Is anyone else having problems with the stream not loading? And John Garcia, what's up? Just enjoying life, man. Just enjoying life. I had actually a pretty good Monday, which is really nice. I really needed a good Monday. So here I am to stream. Stream schedule is being put on hold, so there will be permanent off schedule on the MCOC and chill. Life, you know, kicked my ass, and I can't do scheduled streams anymore, at least for a period of time. I still might be here, you know, on Mondays and Thursdays, but I just can't guarantee it. So unfortunately, I'll put those on hold, at least until, you know, everything blows over. How's it going, 3 Boys Award? Harry, last night you pushed a 6.2.5 and you're stuck on Mordo. I think I'm going to choose Shard side. You're fishing for a particular champion? Who are you trying to take Mordo down with? I don't remember if you have Ghost or Quake. Sorry, not Ghost, just Quake. Or Void. Do you have Void, Harry? I got Mr. Fantastic. Asar, how is he with suicides? Asar, Mr. Fantastic is great. Joe Mama used him to do his Labyrinth of Legends runs. And he's like super important for the does that sting or the power sting node in Act 6.4. He's fun to play. He's not great with suicides though. He's essentially just a synergy bot as suicides, but you should be as excited about pulling Mr. Fantastic as you are about pulling Heimdall for almost a very similar reason. My last pulls were Guillotine 2099, 6-star, and 5-star Gulk. Nice, bot and blood. Crush it. Those are some solid pulls. Stream wasn't loading for you either, so using data, Wi-Fi sucks. I don't know if that's me or your end problems then, if everybody else is doing okay. How's it going, Solar Flare? Welcome. You have Ghost and she can put in work. I tried going in with rank 3 Void, but he can't put in a ton of work. How are you doing that fight? I don't know if a rank 3 Void is good enough on that Mordo. Yeah, probably not good enough on that Mordo. But I think when Brian Grant went up against the Mordo with Void, trying to get the one shot, you essentially just kind of parry, repeat. And then you need to, like, prevent the power gain. But yeah, I think it's a lot of parrying until you get double spite on. And you let that do all of the work for you. But yeah, I mean, Void's damage is based off of stats. So I don't think the rank 3 is as good. How's it going, Dr. Daniel? I think I already said hi. Bought in blood, I mean, are you going to use Aegon anytime soon? I would very willingly throw a generic on Aegon. I'm personally saving a generic for Aegon myself. But only if you have like an immediate use for him. Like you don't, I wouldn't use it on Aegon until he's ranked up all the way and then ready to go and you're jumping into content. So, and then, you know, immediately once you've used him, you've got the value out of him, and then you don't feel bad if you like dupe him while waiting to run content. Your end problem, speaking of problems, did you see your latest 5-star poll? Yeah, John Garcia, I did. I mentioned it too, specifically that I would be much happier with a 5-star Proxima Midnight than a Beast. The only props is, you know, Beast, he's fun to play once awakened, unfortunately, but your plan is to go with pure Ghost and just keep reviving her. Oof. Friggin' sucks not being able to use a couple champions for Mordo. Strength in numbers sucks. Yeah, I think strength in numbers was an absolutely BS node. That node shouldn't exist. I don't know. That node shouldn't exist in my opinion. It would be different if it gave you a benefit. But it doesn't. Because strength in numbers, that node has the potential to be really interactive, right? In the sense of like bring it the other way around. So like make it like for every person on your team that's alive plus 100% attack or something, or plus 30% attack. But for every member on your team dead, minus 30% health or something, you know? Essentially make it so it's bonuses and negatives, and then the node feels a lot more interactive, and I think that's much, much more reasonable to do. You pulled 5-star Nightcrawler, and I have a 3 to 4 2015 gem, so one day he's going up to rank 4. Nice. Could respect that. I did the similar content, so... Yeah, Bought in Blood. Again, it's not about whether or not Aegon is worth a generic, just making sure that you use the generic right when you're going to get value out of Aegon. So you don't awkwardly, like, dupe him while you're waiting to run that content. You know? So the instant you're going to use him, pop the Awakening Gem, pop the 6 stones, and then use him. And then you get that immediate value. So if you dupe him afterwards, it's not a big deal. Sar, you did the opening. Want me to send the video? Yes, I would love it if you could send the video through Discord. That would be great. Need about 6 tier 2 alpha to take him to rank 5. Oh, nice. You're right around the corner then. Here's a deal. Ghost is actually really good. You know what? She is really, really good for that fight. I totally forgot because when I did that quest, I did not have Hood Synergy. So I remember thinking, oh damn, Hood Synergy would be really good, and that's why I had to Quake it. But yeah, Ghost is really good for that. If you have... You might even be able to do a lot with like a tech special boost. Harry, if you can throw those special 2s. Would have taken a second dupe on Hulkbuster. At least I'll get some value out of him. Had my hopes low. Wanted a Sim Spidey, Spider-Gwen, or Psylocke. Hell, even Iron Fist. John Garcia, was that pull... It was a regular 5-star crystal? I thought that was the $100 crystal. That's why I thought the Beast was such a rip. I mean, still such a rip, even on a generic, but... I thought that was like you paid $100 for a 5-star Beast. Pain. I see Bought in Blood. Yeah, I mean, that's how it goes. Catalysts decide our rank ups. I'm a little disappointed to only see 2 tier 4 class catalysts. Or, you know, essentially 4 in next month. But it is what it is. I'm sending open a 5-star, a 5-star Awakening Gem, a 5-star 3 to 4 Legendary Crystal, a 6-star. Wow, Osar, I'm super stoked. I will watch that after the stream, probably. Probably, like, right afterwards. That's super awesome. Can you at me, too, by chance? Do Did you at me? So I remember to read it. That's a lot. That's going to be fun to watch. The only problem is I have to use 1 to 2 revives for that one pool. I think I might take the chaos path, but thing is, well, thing. Yeah, I hate chaos paths in general. I think they're miserable. Oh, you're sending it directly to me. Nice, Osar. Thanks. That's even better, actually. You don't want to share your salt? No passing the salt from you. Third 6 star is included in the video. Ooh, nice, Osar. Much appreciated. And I look forward to it. I love a good opening. I hope it's a good opening. What salt? Oh, was it a bad opening? Who said I was sad? Nah, salt is for when I'm sad. Salt isn't you being salty in this context. Salt is me being salty, like, oh my god, look at your OP pulling. How lucky you were. Almost done my first clear. Wait, hold on. Free to play. If I bought the $100 one, would have gotten High Demigod or above rigged. Oh yeah, John Garcia. It's all about that whale luck confirmed, but not everybody has whale luck. Some people are only lucky when they're free to play. Some people are only lucky when they're whaling. Like, most of my luck is from whaling, actually. Either through earned units or paid units, but either way, most of my, like, amazing Omega pulls come from me just whaling out. Like, you know, it's kind of how it goes. King is hard. Well, he, you know. What? Oh, are you running variant 3? Probably running variant 3. Bought in blood. Almost done my first clear variant 3. Stuck on that king. Now I'm caught up. Woo! Way behind the times. Who are you using, Bought in blood? Ghost? Because, like, depending on who you're using completely changes it. Osar, so, like, typically when it's all about, like, crystal pulls and people are referencing salt, there's, like, salt of the person who's pulling the crystal. That's when they have bad luck. But when you pull something good, it's called salt. It generates salt in the people watching caused by envy. And that's what I mean when I say share the salt. I want you to make me salty, i.e. I want you to get a good pull, if that makes sense. And Darkload, congrats on your 6-star ghost, and you know, proper F you, mate, because that's pretty wild. Dude, what I would do for a 6-star ghost, I would sell my Captain America Infinity War if I could, my 5-star. Maybe that's not enough. I would. No, that's really all I'm willing to do. You won't be that salty, maybe a little, but you're happy. Well, good enough that you're happy. Yeah, King Hamlet. I saw that dupe on the Ghost. That one's a huge deal. Pulling Ghost is awesome. Super amazing. She's great. But as someone who's been, like, a very long time Ghoster, her awakened ability is so important. Like, it is generic level awakening gem worthy. Her awakened ability is just so incredibly clutch. So duping her is so important. Huge on that. What would you do for a 6-star Ghost and a 6-star Emma Frost? I probably couldn't say that on stream, Harry. That's what I would do. Super lucky. That's insane for a second 6-star Dark Lord. Absolutely insane. Pretty wild. Every time I mention I'm free to play, you feel like a vegan saying, hey, I'm a vegan 12 times a minute. I mean, that's how it is, though. I mean, that's pretty much like me saying I'm paid to win, and, you know, it's like someone who eats meat saying I like steak. Maybe not the greatest comparison there. Your comparison works a lot better than mine. You have a budget awakened Ghost by using Collar Tech. Collar Tech? Is that the tech special boost? Is that what it's called? I'm not familiar. Good luck, King Hamlet. I hope your 6 stars at God tier, so that after that, all the meme tier 6 stars, you know, they hurt a little less. But try not to hype your first 6 star. Really isn't a big deal. For most people, it's going to be useless. Well, you know, it's going to be a stat stick, right? You know, it's going to have higher stats than most of the rest of your roster, of course. But other than that, you know, you just kind of ignore it and move on. Not sure what side I'll be on for next event. I have a few champs to level, but I'm golden ISO poor. Ooh, bought and blood. I'm actually thinking I'm going to do both sides. I really need the tier 1 alpha. I think like out of everything, that's what I'm really, really highlighting a strong need for. And it's going to just save me a lot of tier 1 alpha with like the rank up gems as well. So I think I'm going to go... Like, I'm going to start with crystal shards, of course, and then I'll grab the tier 1 alpha on the second half of the month if I still feel like I need it. But I'm still definitely going to start with the shards just because I'm still fishing for Aegon, I'm still fishing for Omega Red, and I need every crystal pull I can get. Unfortunately, that's just the reality. So mastery or tech champions inhibit more power. Ah, Harry, yeah. I see. I recognize that one. I think Lizer MCOC uses it. I don't use that one. I just don't really have the slot for it, unfortunately. It's like a dominatrix woman saying, I'm feminist. Yeah, exactly. All-Star. Oh, that's terrible. It's like All-Star saying he likes Bleach every stream. Brutal. It's like Ronald McDonald saying he likes Wendy's better. Because let's be real, it's the superior of the fast food chains. Can't send the video, it's too long. Can you upload it as a private YouTube video and then send me a link to that, Osar? Wonder who should go rank 4 first. Gulk, Aegon, or Hyperion, all unduped. I mean, Hyperion or Aegon. Because you have the Aegon and you still have all of that endgame content to push, if I were you, I would push Aegon and then push to rank him up to rank 5. Honestly, you could even use a rank 4 Aegon with some boosts to do a first run Labyrinth of Legends. It'll hurt more, but you can. And then grab your Labyrinth of Legends rewards and then use that to encourage your future rank ups as well. Bought in blood. King Hamlet, you have some God tier 6? Yes, I do. I do. I love my rank 2 Elsa Bloodstone. I love my Symbiote Supreme. Everybody else sits on the bench. Stealth Suit Spider-Man will probably go up to rank 2 eventually, but I have a 6-star rank 1 to 2 gem that I'm just not going to use. Jay, he said still all unduped. Yeah, I know, Harry, but I also know Bought in Blood said he has a generic awakening gem as well. So when I say bring Aegon to rank 4, I mean bring him up to rank 4 and then awaken and then do Labyrinth of Legends. Or bring him up to rank 4, eventually bring him up to rank 5, awaken, and then do Labyrinth of Legends. But either way, you're going to want to start investing in that Aegon for the higher stats. Or Hyperion. One of those two. Doom will hopefully carry. Doom will do some good work, John Garcia. Yeah, Bought in Blood. Do Aegon then, man. Do Aegon. Do Aegon and start prepping for Labyrinth of Legends. I think you're pretty safe. That Gladiator Hulk, unless you're using him as a taxi, he can do what you need him to do in Variant 2 as a rank 3. Peace out, Osar. Good luck. Stay safe, man. Way to flex that in-home gym, dude. Love it. I remember when Jay pulled Stealth Suit from a Cav and said he was going to be useless. Selective memory, I don't. I probably did say that, though. I completely believe it. That sounds like me. I used Ghost for 6.2.2, pretty much the whole quest except for Havoc. You used Venom. Nice. I feel like Ghost probably can do the Havoc too with Hood synergy. I feel like I've been teasing an uncollected push. Everyone's saying they'll work out more in 2020. You're just afraid, John Garcia. You just gotta go for it, man, and accept that Unit Man is gonna be your best friend. Or, like, you know, you could be 10 times more skilled than I am, like most people are when they push uncollected, and just wreck it. But either way, sometimes you just gotta dive head in and try not to hit your feet on your way in. Still can't believe you pulled Doom. You're super jealous. Bought in Blood, I will trade you for Omega Red if you have. Dude, I'll trade you for that Aegon. All yours. Doom is all yours. I'll rank 5 him and then trade you for your Aegon. How's that? I'll sweeten the deal a little bit. Sinister took like 5 revives. That's not bad, dude. It's actually really not bad for a Sinister. He wrecked me too, even with the Heimdall Angela synergy. I just couldn't get a handle on him. Yeah, what the heck is a hangle? You do it in a heartbeat. I know, Bought in Blood. So many people would love to trade champs in this game, but that just wouldn't be profitable or wise for Kabam, so I understand why you can't, but it would be nice. I've had other people in my alliance also, like, proverbially slap me for saying that I didn't want Doom. Should I push Act 4 100% or 5.2 completion? I personally think 5.2 completion is something you should have done before Act 4 100%. But a lot of people will have Act 4 100%ed before they do Act 5.2. It really just depends on like how much arena you grind. Hold on. Come on, dude. The evades are unreal. Stressful. It just kind of depends on how much arena you grind, John Garcia, a little bit on your luck, and a little bit on your skill. But I do think we're in a place in the contest where you should be able to push 5.2 completion before Act 4 exploration. Because, like, Act 4 exploration, it takes a hot minute, you know? You need Doom for Abyss, my guy. Dr. Daniel, you don't need Doom for the Abyss. He is strictly the best Mystic option, 100%. But Sim Supreme is actually a Doom substitute that you can use instead. And then you can use Morningstar or... Morningstar or... I forget who else. For the other fights where Doom is like pseudo necessary. But yeah, you don't have to have Doom. He's just the best option. But that was part of the reason for why I didn't want him, was because I have Sim Supreme and I like actively wanted to get value out of him first. But you're not wrong. Like I said, I'm happy I got him, just also secretly didn't want him. I just did one hit crits until special 3, then heavy, since I didn't have so much passive fuse. I did like 50,000 damage, and then just kept heavying until death and repeat. Yeah, Harry, I mean, that's the way to do it. I just could never, I couldn't get that to work for me, you know? John Garcia, you get access to the monthly event. That's what you get mostly. You get like the daily crystal upgrade, and then like I forget whatever you get for 5.2 completion, but I don't remember it being anything super spicy. The major value is unlocking the uncollected event, and the half of a tier 2 alpha you will start accumulating every month. You know? Dr. Daniel, it's not about efficiency sometimes. I mean, I don't know if you saw when I used Claire on the champion. It's not always about efficiency with me. Sometimes it's about trophy or personal satisfaction. You know? Doom will save me units. Absolutely. Am I happy I pulled Doom because roster-wise he's an amazing pull and going to help me out a lot in Abyss of Legends? Yes. Would I have liked to do my first path of Abyss of Legends with Sim Supreme, suffered and struggled through with Sim Supreme and Revives and Unit Man? Yes. I would have liked to do that first. And now I just cannot rationally justify it when I have Doom in my roster. Unfortunately, that's just the reality of it. I wanted to suffer. And instead, Kabam gave me Doom. But no Aegon. Give me Aegon. Kabam, you know I want him. Killing me, man. Killing me. Ah, Harry. Okay, that's legit. I didn't have Hood Synergy either when I did Mr. Sinister, so maybe I'll give it another go, see how it works for me. But I think I'm just going to Quake him because Quaked worked out so well for me. I mean, I think if I think about the only 2 champions I would ever use my generic on, Aegon or Omega, I also got 2 Mystic Gems now, so I might awaken Symbiote Supreme soon. Yeah, Bought in Blood, my thing is, if you pull an Omega Red and you feel the immediate need to, like, awaken him, you can always explore Labyrinth of Legends for a 5-star generic awakening gem, and then use that on Omega Red. But you can't use a 5-star generic on Omega Red and then use Omega Red to explore Labyrinth of Legends to awaken your Aegon. Do you see the train of thought there? You know? Plus, you already have Aegon in hand, and to really use him, you need him awakened. So my advice is rank 4 that Aegon, and then rank 5 him, and then once he's rank 5, awaken and do Labyrinth of Legends. You can barely do master. Daily upgrade and upgraded calendar is quite attractive. Yeah, so it's all about the daily upgrade, John. And then even if you can barely do master, a single run of uncollected is something you can do with 4 stars only. I do it every month, mate. So even if you only have max rank 4 stars, and you don't even have to pop boosts, dude, because I never do. You can do just a single run of uncollected. It's worth 400 or 600 units or however many units and boosts it takes you to get that initial run, because like the rewards for completion are way easier to get, and you can start collecting those every month, and it just makes a difference. Highly always recommend grabbing uncollected as fast as you can, based on how much of arena and units you have, etc. It just really matters. Harry Hyperion is still on the bench. Yeah, dude, he's on my bench for how long now? I've had him for so long. Jay, you also said you didn't want Aegon because of his playstyle. Dr. Daniel, yeah, I didn't want Aegon. Like, you're quoting me from a period of time before content came out that changed situations. I just feel like you're doing that thing where people mishmash your words together to make you look bad. And I feel like that's not really fair. When I said I didn't want Aegon, Abyss of Legends didn't exist yet. So Aegon's major value was like Act 6.4 and Labyrinth of Legends. And I was using Ghost to explore Labyrinth of Legends at the time, and it would have cost me probably an additional 15,000 units, but then I wouldn't have had to rank 5 in Aegon and use an Awakening Gem and 6 stones on him. And then Abyss of Legends came out, and Abyss of Legends makes me really, really feel like if you want to explore Abyss of Legends, you need an Aegon. Because I haven't seen anyone do an exploration of Abyss of Legends without using Aegon. So yeah, I'm at the point where I'm like, damn, I hate it, but I need this champion. Not even want, but strictly need this champion. And I still don't like his playstyle. It's just sometimes there is so strictly strong of a choice, you can't do anything else about it. So I want either Aegon or an alternative to Aegon. Like a viable alternative, because people have told me, oh, there's alternatives, but there's not really a comparative alternative. You know, there's alternatives to Aegon in Abyss of Legends the same way there's alternative to Aegon in Labyrinth of Legends. You know, the real alternative is Unit Man. You've seen him do work in Kamikaze Tactics in Act 6. I don't know what that is, Bond Blood. Harry, I get that you want to have personal satisfaction, but that sounded like the kid that reminded the teacher that we had homework. I mean, I'm not making you guys suffer. You know, if we're going with that same analogy, it's more like the kid who waited until the end of day bell rang, everybody left the classroom, and then turned his homework in to remind the teacher that they hadn't collected it. Right, you know? So I didn't screw anyone else. I just boned myself. I like to think of it more that way, you know? Or like the guy who got a free hot dog at a hot dog stand and then reminded the hot dog vendor that they hadn't paid yet. Something like that. You know, I'm not trying to screw other people. I'm just trying to hurt myself. Very, very slightly minimally different. Ever so minimally. Let's just waste a 5-star. Because I'm not trying to sit here all day. Call Obsidian. Nice, Dr. Daniel. Glad I can make you understand. I know you love your Aegon, dude. I've seen your Aegon gameplay. He's an amazing champion. He really is. Just hurts. I'm going to have 1,052 units and to grind arena regularly. Alternatively, Aegon's no, not you, Star-Lord. Go back to the corner. Yeah, dude, I'm a hipster through and through. John Garcia, if you have that many units, like, I think it's really important to remember that you're not going to jump into Act 5, or you might be way better than I am, I'm not trying to assume, but you're not just going to jump into Act 5 and suddenly be amazing at the game. You're going to struggle. Like a lot of people, it's a huge difference in skill tier that you need to push Act 5. And unfortunately, the only way to do it is to just jump in and repeat the first fight on a quest over and over and over again until you get used to the mechanics of whatever node that quest has for you. You know, be it Bane or Breakthrough. Like, I think Breakthrough is the first wall you run into with the Gwenpool. Because essentially, like, if you don't have like a rank 5 champion, the damage output you do is really low in the beginning, and you're reliant on stacking like 20 to 30 armor breaks before your damage becomes relevant. So it just makes for a long fight, and it really just like etches into your brain learning how to dodge specials. And that's really important. And when I did that Gwenpool, I think I must have done that Gwenpool fight like 30 times, dude. And I still like couldn't one-shot it consistently back when I was pushing Uncollected. And eventually I got to a point where I could do like the first 2 fights on the Breakthrough node one-shot without like dying. And then I just united my way through. And it's honestly worth it, you know? You don't have to. You can wait until you're good enough and your roster's developed enough. But I personally felt it was worth the units is all. You use Heimdall Hela synergy to basically shred opponents in a few hits. You take hits to build Furies, and you just hit them hard. Ah, okay. Does that still work, Bought in Blood, after the Aegon bug fix where you can't heavy into heavy chain? I mean, but Harry, if a kid reminds the teacher you have homework, that screws everybody in your class. You know? If I bring Symbiote Supreme because I don't have Doom yet, even though Doom is the better option and I should wait for Doom, it only affects me. You know what I'm saying? I think my argument there is in collateral damage, right? In the teacher example, the rest of my classmates would be collateral damage, but in this scenario of Sim Supreme and Doom, I'm the only one suffering. Very similar to what you do with Thing. All right, Bond Blood. I'll have to check that out. That sounds familiar. I feel like I've seen videos of Aegon doing like insane damage. Did Seaton post a video of like Aegon and Act 6 insane damage? Was that what that is? Is that what that note is? Skill you say? Either mean blade or game skill since I'm scrub. Maybe not pushing more like a quest a day. Yeah, John Garcia. It's not about sitting down and immediately being able to do the quest. It's just like, you know, when you've grinded some arena and you've got a good stash of units and you're good with the monthly event and stuff, you know, towards the end of the month, every month, just, you know, jump into the Act 5 quest and start practicing. It's all about practice. You need to get there and get that skill, because the other thing is Act 5 is when the AI starts playing more aggressively. And so you have to get used to a different kind of a play style, which you might not have had to use up until then, you know? And it just kind of completely changes the way you play the game, requires a different set of skill you need to learn, and you really can only learn it by jumping in and practicing. Dr. Daniel, are you trolling me? I'm pretty sure neither of those are 2019 champs. Aren't they like 2018 champs? Let's see. Omega, yeah. What a troll. Seaton did that? Yeah. Okay, so I have seen that. Bond Blood, thanks for pointing that out. I mean, if I had an Aegon, I would use him in Act 6 too. But, you know, because he's a really good answer for a lot of that. But, is what it is. We'll get him eventually, I think, maybe, hopefully. Honestly, what I'm really, really hoping for is I want Kabam to release a champion that is an Aegon substitute. And when I say that, what we need is someone who ramps to big damage, is crazy, and has unblockable attacks. The unblockable attacks is what really, really, really adds value to Aegon, in my opinion. He's just got so much. And, like, ability... I don't ever foresee an Aegon substitute, unfortunately. He'll just always be one of the best. The most I can say about skills, that I fully evaded Maestro's Special 1. John Garcia, if you're referencing how bad I am at dodging Maestro's Special 1, you've succeeded in burning me. Sounds similar? Oh, okay, fair enough, Harry. I can't deny the sounds similar. That's just a perspective thing. Yeah, Bond Blood. A rank 5 Corvus will do that. Most rank 5 taxis actually would make Act 5 100% a joke. John Garcia, don't feel bad for getting wrecked by Mojo and Tarax. Those two champions aren't the most interactive champions. You need to bring like proper responses to them, unfortunately. Yep. Not just pretty suicide friendly, he's super suicide friendly. In fact, I would argue if you're not running suicides on Aegon when you're pushing like Labyrinth of Legends or Abyss of Legends, you're doing it wrong. Except for maybe a fight here or there where you're looking to spam Special 1 and Special 2, like when you're ramping him. But, you know, it's later on. At least initially while you're, you know, or at least once he's ramped up, and you're really burning in that like medium damage. He just does so much on hit. You don't really need to be throwing earlier specials. I think Terrax is what Magneto should have been in some ways. Not all of them, like Magnetic Field, and if you're close to that, you take damage. That would have been cool. I would have just liked to see like so much on Magneto. We could have done so much more. But that's just the reality of where the game was at the time. It was in a different place. And even looking back, it's easy to be like, oh, this is what this this new champion should have been, this old champion should have been what this new champion is already. And with Kabam releasing 2 champions every month, it's easy to forgive them for having, lemons in the game. Just because, like, rather than update an old champion with a new skill set, it's easier and just better for the game, hype-wise, to introduce a new champion with that new skill set to, like, hype the game up. Because new champions is what gets people excited. I feel like Marvel Contest of Champions goes through this really big cycle of like the new month starts, everybody's hyped, 2 weeks goes by, we're halfway through the month, people are no longer hyped, everybody starts to feel like they're grinding and burning out, and then 1 week before the month ends, new month hype starts, and we rinse and repeat the cycle. And that's the game for sure. And I'm okay with that. Just depends on how they execute, I think. Can't help it. We're people of immediate and long-term satisfaction, right? We need that delayed gratification, but also that instant gratification. Bot and Blood, I can't bring myself to take them off, to be honest. Yeah, Bot and Blood. I notably get upset every time I have to turn Suicide Masteries off. Bothers me. Even if I don't show it on stream, it makes me really, really mad. Like, I hate thinking and cursing to myself, like, this is BS, I can't do this fight without taking suicides off, blah, blah, blah. Because I personally like the idea of being able to run the masteries I want to run and being able to push the content accordingly. I hate the idea that you have to turn specific masteries on to get through specific content. Like an Alliance quest, I'm in charge of the magic lane for map 6, and I hate that I have to run Pacify or bring a magic response. But my team, like Alliance Quest wise, because I run Suicides, I can't afford to bring a magic response on my team. So I've stuck running Pacify. And that's just a constant annoyance to me. I think it's kind of a flaw in the game that bothers me, but it is what it is. At least they have that answer, right? But when I evaded Maestro Special 1 on my first try? But I canceled him with a rank 4 4-star Doom. So, maybe one day. I don't know if I could do it with a rank 1 4-star Doom, to be honest. Wait, Jay, how come you took up Symbiote Supreme when you only consider suicide-friendly champions? Again, I forgot Dr. Daniel, so I could use him in War. Because I use Symbiote Supreme as a counter to Annihilus, the champion, Vision Arcus in War. And I wanted the extra stats. Nah, Harry, I think you're relatively free to play, right? You're probably better off not having suicides. It's just, remember that like the 2 biggest concerns of suicides is recoil and roster limitations. Because it puts a huge limitation on your roster. It's just not worth for a lot of people. But like, I always knew I was pay to play. I always knew I was grind intensive. It's always been worth for me. Bot and Blood. I did the 5.3 path with Ghost and Hood synergy, and I ignored the Spectre node and just revived. Yep. Just revived. I think it only cost me like 2 revives for the record. But yeah, it hurt. It definitely hurt. Nice, Harry. It's easier if you just, calculate how many carb cores you need and start unlocking them early, Because then you only have to get to 550 units instead of saving like way more than that. Jay, I'm relatively free to play. It's going to make the grind easier in arena. You're talking backwards. Sorry, mate. That makes more sense. How long until these champions come up? 17 minutes. Okay. Yes, she does, Bought in Blood. Except, you still need a way to get a Fury for the 6.2 Mr. Sinister. I just realized I was 60 seconds behind. Ouch. Done that before. Sometimes I'm intentionally behind, though, so that it doesn't lag or anything. John Garcia, because I run Suicide Masteries, if I ran Blade, because I run the Magic lane, then the Poison lane, and then I have like an Iron Man Infinity War kind of that I have to deal with, I don't have like the ability to run Blade +2. Just like roster-wise, I don't have like responses, unfortunately. So that's why. If I can get an Omega Red, my intention is 100% to bring like Omega Red, Blade +1, like Human Torch for the mini boss or something. Because another thing is that I'm one of the mini boss killers in my alliance. Because I don't know why, because I am. But yeah, that would be a compelling reason for me to rank up Blade. It's on my list of things to do. Just gotta get there first. Dude, oh, he was so defensive, and then he finally cries. I just needed him to parry me once. I would have been able to get through with a special 2. Oh, I just lost my streak. That hurts. Is Ghost a good counter to masochism? Yes, King Hamlet, because you never stun, so you'll never trigger masochism. Dude, that sucks. What a shitty way to lose a streak. Ugh. Well. Back in we go. No matter how many crystals I open, I can't not get any from form of Nick Fury for this energy, and it's driving you nuts. Ah, Bought in Blood. I feel that pain. A lot of people feel that pain. You'll get him eventually, man. You'll get him eventually. Good luck with that. That sucks, though. That sucks. I got like insanely lucky with the Captain Marvel movie and Nick Fury synergy simultaneously, and you know, it's unfortunate for those who don't. Time to start getting back into that arena grind. I'm taking it slow this week, just doing one of the arenas. Good, Harry. It's good to take a break every once in a while. Every time I think I'm gonna take a break, I end up going like hard in the paint. But I should take a break. Jay, how come you don't have the sigil but you're a whale? Because most of what the sigil offers, Dr. Daniel, I don't want. Um, so like the value it does bring to me is the units. When I sat down and I did it, like what I would participate in, like isn't worth it to me. Because like for example, I wouldn't trade 4-star shards for 5-star shards. I'd rather have the duplicates on the 4 stars plus the ISO. I wouldn't buy the featured crystal for the 5 stars. And then so then like the value comes to me in the form of like units. I don't have a gold problem because of how much arena I grind. So the gold doesn't really mean much to me either. So it's just like units, like some tier 1 alpha, some tier 4 basic, I think, is like the overall value for me. So it just doesn't feel worth it. And while I am a whale, committing $5 to the game on a monthly basis is very different from committing $15. And I don't like feeling... I don't like bad feelings. And one of the things that committing $15 to the game does to me is it makes me feel like I need to play, and I don't like that feeling, because it's kind of like having a subscription at that point. $5 a month, that's less than a meal at McDonald's for me. $15 a month at that point, I don't know, it's weird in the way it works in my head, but essentially it wasn't worth it to me. Maybe if I ever buy the featured 5-star crystal, it'll be worth it, but I'm not there yet. Bought in Blood, it's not so much about grinding one arena. In my opinion, it's best to just, if you're trying to minimize your arena use, just only run the best champions you have in each arena, and then don't run anything less than that, So just run your maxed ranked champions across the board, and then just walk away. And then the less time you're trying to invest, start cutting off the lower arenas. Right? Because from there, it's just all about point efficiency. Man, dude, this is the worst part of the arena. Yeah, but even Harry, even if you have like, essentially you want to make sure you can push the ranked milestone, right? For arena, collect on that because that's where the reward starts spiking, and then once you've collected the ranked, then you can start divvying up below. But yeah, Harry's right. It's really dependent on roster. That's why it's so tough to answer that question for so many people. Jay, you're not going to have any hair left if you keep scratching. Bought in blood, it's going to happen eventually, dude. I'm Asian. I'll go bald one day regardless. But you're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. You forgot Agent Venom existed. You and everybody else in the community, John Garcia, trust me, I don't think anyone's pulling Agent Venom going, woo, Agent Venom. Except for maybe the actor for Flash Gordon. Me when I get Agent Venom. Ooh, son of a bitch. Harry, you'll have to record it and prove it. Because I'm going to say video or it didn't happen. Alright, we're almost there. And that. The never-ending cycle that is known as pain. You got me. I can't say that out loud. It's forbidden. Exactly. It's like he who shall not be named can't actually say his name. It's forbidden. Me, Dr. Daniel. It's just an annoying fight. I didn't mind it the first 20 times. I think on number 21 is when I started to lose my patience on that fight. Have your 5-star roster. Cough, cough. If only. Don't forget though that the garbage tier champions, you know, they are what make the god tier champions exciting. You know, can't have one without the other. Unfortunately, just a reality. I have enough 6 stones to get Aegon to 121, but I wonder if I should have save some if I ever get him. Yeah, Bought in Blood, I think you only need 60 to 80 to use Aegon in Labyrinth of Legends. Just a couple extra fights of ramp-up time, you know? Especially if we're talking about just an initial clear. I think it's worth. How many just skill-based ones do you have, Bought in Blood? Did anyone forget about regular 3-star Deadpool? Harry, I have not, because I have him and I use him consistently. Because I use Deadpool X-Force for the Synergy and Alliance quest, and I use 3-star Deadpool Red. I use 3-star Deadpool Red in my like standard questing when Alliance quest is up. So I need both. No, I would definitely have to have a ghost and not have Howard the Duck. No, John, I'm not saying you need to have the crap tier champions to recognize god tiers as god tiers. I'm saying god tiers exist as god tiers because there are crap tier champions. If every champion in the game was a god tier, there wouldn't be such a thing as god tier, you know? It would just be champions. Just kind of how it is. That said, well, I'm sorry for being off stream and off schedule and stuff. And I will be back on Wednesday. But unfortunately, my time is up, at least for now. Maybe I'll come back tonight. I can't promise it. But, you know, real talk, there's a lot going on. Read the description of this video. But I just can't do the scheduled streams anymore. Not anymore, at least for the foreseeable future, while life kicks me in the arse. Unfortunately, that's just how it goes. So scheduled streams will come back when I can manage, and until then, you know, we'll do what we can. We have 10 of these super awesome ones. See if we can't spin a GMC today, maybe. Nice. Let's go spin a Grandmaster Crystal. That's fun. It's actually kind of exciting. I've been grinding a little bit, literally the bare minimum, just pushing a million points on the Sunday Arena. Just because Grandmaster Crystals are still fun and exciting. Haven't gotten a 5-star yet. Ooh, that was a tease. I mean, I didn't really think I would get the Corvus Glaive, but that was a tease. Alright, that said, thanks for being here. Talk to y'all later. Hopefully, see you on Wednesday. Peace.